Hello, medical coders and all related roles. Doug Palmer here from AAOMCP, American Association of Medical Coding Professionals. And I hope you'll indulge me the length of this video, probably 10, 15 minutes. I really want to share some very important information with you on how you can take control of your value. You see, for most of our lives, we've been conditioned to trade time for money, otherwise known as that hourly wage. We wake up and we put in the hours, we receive an hourly wage, being paid a fixed amount for each hour worked. And most often, this is regardless of performance or productivity, how much you know, it is you're selling your time. It's a system that is inherently limiting. And employers do not hire to break even. Okay. Whatever they're paying you, you can be sure that they are making ample profit off of your work. Okay. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. There's no foul there. Okay. But the reality is many find themselves deciding which bill can be paid, putting off bills, I'm going to say it, struggling, or this delicate balancing act. And if something should happen, that balance can be, very much disrupted. So I'd like you, as we go through here, think about this top line. You work 40 hours times your hourly wage, and that's your income, right? But what if you got 80 times your hourly wage? Okay. Or what if you got 40 times twice your hourly wage? Okay. And you may be asking yourself, well, how? And we'll talk about that. But just that is the hourly wage method. But what if you could spend 2 hours and make any number, $100, $200, $300, right? And here's the thing: it's not those 2 hours that you spent 2 hours. You're not getting paid an hourly wage. You spent 2 hours, and over the course of a next week or the next month, you may see a return on those 2 hours spent. Okay. And there's limitless ways to achieve this. Well, how? We'll get to that. But as I said, there's limitless ways. Okay. And the best way is, the first one is, what do you love to do? Okay. And when I ask people this, they often answer with something related to their work. Okay. And that's fine. But there's also life outside of work, and there's many ways outside of what you do for work. So just keep both of those in play. What are you good at? Many people find themselves in a role, an employment role that is not well suited for them. Okay. Either they've grown out of it, they took it as a stepping stone and were never able to extricate themselves from it, any number of reasons. Okay. But one of the most satisfying things is to do what you're good at and what you love to do. So this goes back to the how. Doing something that really satisfies you is, let me tell you, and I'm gonna kind of demonstrate this here in a minute, but that is the best way to do it. Okay, so let's talk about me for a moment. I love to teach. I love to help others succeed. I love to contribute positively to anything I'm involved in. I love working in the healthcare field, and I love to innovate. Okay, that's me. Those are my motivators. And so I would like to do a little bragging here. I'm going to do bragging a couple times in this video, but one, I have A+ 5-star reviews. Okay, and if you go check other sources of, I don't know, professional training that you might get or whatever, go check theirs, see what theirs are. And so this one here, the top one, Doug has been an excellent resource for information. I wanted to come here and thank him for his hard work and service to the community. He's truly making a difference in people's lives. And that is so meaningful to me. That is why I get up in the morning. And so this one is not even posted yet. Today is April 17th. The platform, which will be in the link below the video, that they stringently and rigorously vet these reviews. So they have a 5-day holding period before they post it. And this one is not on the platform yet, should be in the next couple days. I also have 98,000 views on YouTube across all my videos, over 1,300 likes, a 98% like rate. Okay. And there was a comment just this came up last week. I had posted a video on YouTube, and this person said, "You taught me risk adjustment years ago via YouTube, game changer content." And again, that's what I strive for. I strive for not just the plain vanilla, bore you to death kind of stuff. I really do try to make a meaningful connection when I am providing information to people. And I have to assume that this person, saw some of my free YouTube videos and learned, and so that's great. If from just free posted YouTube videos, it's great that they could have gotten game-changing content. But some of the other things that I do, okay, and on the left-hand side, you'll see patient guards, medical bill review, and resolution services. That's something I do. I do it because I love it, and it helps people. And you could do this if you have some medical billing experience, or you could even get the medical billing experience to do this. And there's going to be more on this in a moment. I have a site called Medical Coding Mentor, where I'm providing opportunities for experienced coders to pair with inexperienced coders or students, and really help them develop as coders. And so it's a win-win for everybody. And of course, AAOMCP, American Association of Medical Coding Professionals, where we have a lot of learning content for the field of medical coding, auditing, clinical documentation, compliance, and others. I have also done contracts with, health plans where I was the person who received appeals and grievances for claims that had been denied. And I was the person who made a decision about appeals. Okay. And so I have this little credit to my name here from, a recognizable name. Okay. And I appreciate the opportunity to recommend Doug Palmer's attention to detail and compliance. So, a little bragging here, but it's okay to brag. It's okay to brag about yourself if you're doing what you love. And this is the message. It's not for me to sit here and have a brag session. There's nothing I do or have or possess that you can't do, have, or possess. And that's really the message here. Okay. I'm a veteran, so I operate a website where, veteran-owned businesses, I promote that veteran-owned businesses so that I can help veteran-owned businesses, succeed. And so, again, this is not medical coding. It's my mind is not, one track. It's not medical coding, although I've been in this field for 33 years and I love it. Have the bandwidth to do some other things. Now, I want to talk about people, okay, and why they get stuck. Part of the reason they get stuck in that per hour routine, okay. And first of all, it's taught to us, ingrained in us from pretty much the time we can walk and talk, okay. And so the first thing that people say when I say, "Well, why don't you do something on your own? Why don't you make some money either on the side or, start on the side? Why don't you do something for yourself where you can scale your income, where you can set your own terms, where you can set your own schedule, where you can set your own fees?" And here's the top 10 list, folks. I can't. I won't. I don't know how. Too hard. Don't have time. I can't quit my job. I need a steady paycheck. I need benefits. I don't know what. Too expensive to start. And here's some bonus ones. They're all scams. If it was that easy, everybody would doing it. Now, here's the thing about this top 10 list, folks. People, people waste no time, split second after I suggest, well, find something you can do to increase your income, free up some of your time. And they have one of these or several of these at the ready, out of their mouth. As soon as I suggest something, they give no contemplation, no thought to my suggestion. And that tells me that they've already premeditated this, right? I can't. You can do anything. Okay. I won't. Now that's there's nothing I can do to help somebody who says I won't. I don't know how. Well, you probably didn't know how to code at one point either. None of us came out of the womb walking and talking, but I don't even remember learning how to walk or talk, but apparently I mastered it. Either it was so traumatic that I don't remember it, or it was so not hard that I don't remember it. Too hard. This is what I tell people to do when they say it's too hard. Make a list of the things that specifically that are too hard. Make a list of the things that you're using to justify this statement too hard. You probably don't even, and I'm saying, I'm using you. People probably don't even know how hard or how not hard it is. I don't want to use the word easy, because nothing's easy. I mean, people are looking for, if you're looking for an ATM to just shoot $100 bills out, it's not that easy, but it's certainly not that hard. It's certainly not as hard as working 40 hours to enrich somebody else. Okay. I don't have time. Well, you don't have time because you're spending 40 hours stuck in a limited wage rate. Okay. And if you don't change that, then nothing's going to change. I can't quit my job. Well, number one, nobody ever said quit your job. And number two, I would say don't quit your job unless and until that is something that you can do comfortably. And you can certainly get there. You can certainly get there. And you can get there if you can't find an hour or two a week for yourself to better yourself because you're committing so much time to somebody else. You need to ask yourself some questions. I need a steady paycheck. If you are, there's many things that you could be doing where you're getting paid every single day. Okay. Every day is payday. Okay. Now, you might be saying, well, what is it? Well, there's a list of things. Okay. But, but it has to be the right thing for you. But I'm going to use an example. I'm going to throw an example out there. Let's say you sell t-shirts or mugs or ebooks, or you sell some product and you're making sales every day. Well, you're getting paid every day. Okay. So this whole thing about I need a steady paycheck. Well, of course, if you're trying to sell ice to an Eskimo, probably you're not going to make a lot of money, and your paycheck won't be steady. But if you choose the right thing, you should have a steady income, convincingly steady income, that this top 10 list item here should dissipate quite quickly. I need benefits. Okay, so most workers contribute to their benefits by payroll deduction. There's the occasional employer who pays the complete benefits, but and this may sound sensational, but it's really not. If you double your income, you're gonna sacrifice working for half just for benefits when you could be purchasing your own benefits that are that are only a fraction of the gain that you've made on doubling your income? I don't know what. Well, of course you don't know. If you had that calling, if you knew what to do, you'd probably already be doing it. Okay. And that's where we can really help you identify what. Okay. And as a matter of fact, we give you we give you a what, so that you nearly risk free you can actually go through the paces and prove to yourself, which we'll talk about in a minute. Too expensive to start. Okay, how much is it? I love when people say this. How much is it? How much is it to start? Do you know? It's surprisingly affordable. Less than a certification exam. How's that? Far less. They're all scams. Now, there's a couple different people who have this one ready. Okay. One is people who have been scammed. Okay. And there are scams out there. I think most of us gotten that email where, it's like Johnny makes $1,000 a day while he sleeps. If you get one of those emails, if you're trying to buy success, you were begging to be scammed. Okay. You should be building something of your own on your own, and not trying to buy something for $20 that promises you riches. Okay. So, those people, unfortunately, there are legitimate options, but because they fell for something, now they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater, and they're not going to ever trust themselves again. Okay. But yes, there's scams, but there's legitimate ways to earn money, and meaningful ways that satisfy needs of others, and they're happy to pay you for satisfying their need, solving their problem, providing something that they just desire, like a t-shirt or a mug or something. But and here's this one. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. No. No. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the 1%. 1% control 99% of the wealth. Okay. No, the norm is not doing it. Okay. And it has nothing to do with easy. It's just the norm. And it's because we're indoctrinated into that from a very young age. So all of these are, I say this, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. There's people who make money, and there's people who make excuses. Okay. And you should, if these are things that you've uttered to yourself that have held you back, you should really get out a pen and paper, and not just think these things off the top of your head. You should really write down why you can't, why you won't, what the solution to not knowing how is. If you just make a snap judgment and a snap dismissal of an opportunity, you are going to be staying where you are. And if you're happy where you are, that's fine. Here's the next thing. Okay. I will give an example to somebody, and they'll say, I don't want to do that. Okay. The key word is example. It's not, I'll tell people, well, you can build websites, or you can do this, or you can, write an ebook, you can do, but they'll hear the first thing out of my mouth, and they'll act like that was the only option. No, there's absolutely limitless options, absolutely infinite options. Okay. And so I want to talk about one. I want to show one here that I do. And on the screen following this, I got a little bonus from this. But this I think takes about 3 minutes, this video. So please bear with me through it. So that was just one of the medical bills that somebody paid me to resolve. They were getting billed $11,000, got it to zero. They paid me a couple $100. Didn't take me, trust me, it didn't take me long to get that worked out. Okay, and so this is just when you have skills, when you have knowledge, when you have talent, you can you can set your hours, you can set your fees, and you can this is a little bragging here, okay, but that family happened to know somebody. For those of you who don't know, I have a now 8-year-old son. He was 7 at the time. And in talking to the family, we got to know each other a little bit, and I mentioned my son and how he liked, I don't know how it came up that he liked the show Paw Patrol. Okay, well, after I got their bill resolved, this family happened to know a gentleman named Scott Simons.
William, what is up, dude? My name is Scott, and I have a super awesome, totally cool, rad gift for you because they have told me amazing things about you. They think you are one of the coolest people on the planet. You have a cool nickname, Monkey. That's cool. I wish someone called me Monkey. No one ever gives me a nickname. If I had a nickname, it would be Monkey. But you have it. It's taken. And you deserve it. It's awesome. I heard that you're 7 years old. I heard that your dad is like a superhero in real life. And I've just heard so many cool things about you. But you know what? The coolest thing I heard about you is that you love the show Paw Patrol. Is that true? Oh my gosh. And you love Blaze. He's awesome, right? Well, guess what? You know when you put on the show and you hear the song Paw Patrol, that's my voice. I sing the Paw Patrol song. How cool is that? So I made a special William Pew 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 remix for you. No one else in the world has this version. It's just yours. I hope you like it. I hope you dance around and sing along. Wait, speaking of sing along, I need some help. Guys, whoa, it's the pups from Adventure Bay. They came all the way just to help me sing this with you, for you, and with you. I hope you're singing. All right, you ready, William? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Paw Patrol will be there on the double whenever there's a problem around Adventure Bay. William and his team of pups will come and save the day. Marshall, Rubble, Chase, Rocky, Zuma, Sky, yeah, they're on the way. Paw Patrol, whenever you're in trouble. Paw Patrol will be there on the double. No job's too big, no pups too small. Paw Patrol, we're on a roll. So here we go, Paw Patrol, oh, Paw Patrol, and William too, Paw Patrol. Yeah, hope you liked it, William.
So I added that because in addition to the compensation, sometimes it's not going to happen every time. Sometimes you never know what happens. You'll never know. Even without that, it would have been meaningful to me to know that I had made a positive impact for this client. But that is I included that because I think it's cool, and number two, it's a very tangible representation of the appreciation that you get from when you do when you utilize your skills, your knowledge in a positive way for other people. Okay, and that's what makes me tick. And so, look, I know this is going to sound cliche. Knowledge is power. Okay, and so back to the top 10 list, I think one of the biggest things is many people have so much to offer, they just don't know how to do it. And I'm going to tell you, it is nowhere near as complicated as you may think. Now, many settle, okay, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not making a judgment here, but many people get a job offer of $25 an hour, right? $1,000 a week, okay, and they're all happy until 3 months later, 6 months later, at some point in the future, they find there's more week at the end of the paycheck than there is paycheck. Okay. And the one thing about an employment situation is your income is not scalable. Okay. Think about if you expect a $2 an hour raise every year, that would mean in 5 years you'd be making $10 more an hour. Okay. You have to think about the reality of that. That's almost, like, can you imagine what that would do to an organization's payroll to give everybody a $2 an hour raise every year and it would, it's just not sustainable. Okay. So, that is, if you're okay with, drip, a drip feed, pay increase structure, fine. Okay. But, if you're somebody who feels that you are worth more than that, then that it should motivate you to get more and earn more, and you can do that without somebody else setting limits on you. Okay. The biggest thing that it takes is mindset. It's overcoming these self-talk that we've developed. Okay. And trust me, I was there at one point. Okay. And I overcame it, and I could never look back. I could never go back. I could never look back. And so, if you feel that you deserve more, you're right. You probably do. And so, but nobody's going to hand it to you. You've got to go get it. The other thing is, multiple revenue streams. Okay. Let's say you had 5 ways to make $20,000 a year. Okay. And each one took 2 or 3 hours a week. Okay. That would be 10 to 15 hours a week. And that would be $100,000 a year. Okay. Are you making $100,000 a year for 10 to 15 hours of work now? No, probably not. Okay. And you can't when you sell an hour to an employer, you can't sell that same hour to a different employer. Okay. So, there are many benefits, and this goes back to the top 10 list. It's mindset, and it's thinking through those immediate knee-jerk reactions and validating them or invalidating them. But there are many ways. Again, I do a number of different things, and I got plenty of time left in the week to spend with my son, which is the most important thing in the world to me. Okay. This is not about get rich quick schemes. Okay. This is not about this. This is about empowering yourself with knowledge so that you can use your skills, your interests on your terms to achieve your value on your schedule, enjoy your success, enjoy your time, enjoy your freedom, and set all of these things on your terms. Okay. And so, look, this may not be for everybody, but if you've ever had the inclination to do it, but that top 10 list was holding you back, don't let it. What we're offering is not a class, okay? It is an indefinite personal success resource, okay? And I've walked this path, and I know all the milestones along the way. I know the tools. I know, I know how to do it, and I can show anybody with the desire how to do it. And you don't, back to the top 10 list. You don't have to quit your job, okay? What if you work an extra 2 hours a week for yourself, and you make an extra, and again, this is just an example. Let's say you make an extra $20,000 a year, an extra $25,000 a year for like 100 hours of work instead of 2,000 hours of work. Okay. So, and the as a resource, I can demonstrate to you in detail the numbers, the fact versus fiction. Okay, but um, you you need to take the first step if you want something to change. If you're unhappy in your work, um, if you are happy in your work, do what you're doing, but do it so that others aren't profiting off of it, and you are. Okay. I think that's very nice of you to leave money on the table for somebody else, and hand over the fruits of your labor. Okay. So, um, we care about coders. Again, my name is Doug Palmer. I care about coders. I've been in this business 33 years. And if you wish to at least understand, this is not this is something that you can do on your terms, on your timeline. You may never do it, but again, knowledge is power. Okay. And this particular video I have created specifically for existing members of AAOMCP. And uh, for $45, you will have in-depth resources, including support 365 days a year, on how you can make the change that you wish, and you will be supported every bit of the way. Okay. And again, I am doing this for our users, uh, for an incredibly nominal fee, and the amount that you could reap from this is pretty staggering if it's something that is meaningful to you. So, I hope that if there's something inside of you that is gnawing at you, that you feel that you're worth more, that you feel that you deserve more, I agree, and I am so here to help you out.